Alright, so we are officially in the month of August now, and there really hasn't been any type of Pokemon news ever since the Pokemon Presents happened for Pokemon Day back in February of this year, and of course the big announcement inside of that was the reveal for Pokemon Legends ZA, the next brand new main series Pokemon game, where it's going to be another Pokemon Legends game, but it's going to be taking place inside of Lumiose City with the Kalos region. Now, this game being announced for 2025 was already a huge surprise because it's the first time that the Pokemon Company and Game Freak are taking a break from having main series content, whether it's a brand new game or remakes or DLC, since like 2016 when Pokemon Sun and Moon came out, because ever since then there's always been some type of main series Pokemon content every single year all the way up until 2023, so it's very surprising because the last time was 2015, and it was funny because back then we were all speculating if like Pokemon Z was going to be announced after Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and it's funny how it's Pokemon Legends ZA, which was the game that ended up breaking this entire pattern of having just tons of main series content for so many years. But when it comes to this game, there's still so much that we have no idea about. We don't even know what the graphics are going to be like for it and how the art style is going to look like on the Nintendo Switch. We have no idea what the gameplay loop is going to be like and what we're actually going to be doing and how the controls and everything are going to work. We don't even really have a premise for like what this game is going to be, and if it's taking place in like old Kalos and we're like helping build Lumiose City for the first time, or if it's some type of futuristic Kalos and we're expanding Lumiose City into something even bigger. Like, there's still so many questions and mysteries about this game. And it seems like this month, we actually have a really good chance at finally getting some brand new information. Now real quick before we get started, I just want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Mecha Japan. Mecha Japan is an online store that sells tons of Japanese products. From your favorite Japanese video games, anime, manga, and more, Mecha Japan has thousands of products from figures, toys, and plushies, and you're sure to find something that you really want. On this channel, I talk a lot about Nintendo stuff, and you can find many cool Nintendo products there, from stuff like Pokemon, Zelda, and more, but Mecha Japan was kind enough to send me a figure of one of my favorite characters, Tifa Lockhart, from one of my favorite games ever, Final Fantasy VII. She looks gorgeous in her purple dress, and the figure has some very nice, high-quality details. So definitely check out Mecha Japan if you want to get yourself some cool merch, and thank you so much again to Mecha Japan for sponsoring the video. So within the month of August, we usually get another Pokemon Presents presentation, and this has been happening with the Pokemon Company for like the last 3 years now, where we had one that happened in 2021, we had one that happened in 2022, and we also had one last year in 2023. So of course the one for 2021 was a huge one because this was about Pokemon Legends Arceus and also Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, because those games were announced on Pokemon Day like usual, but then after that we had no new information at all besides like the release date and I think like the box art for the games being shown, but we had no clue about like what some of the new features were, what the gameplay was going to be like for like Pokemon Legends Arceus and stuff. So when we got this August Pokemon Presents back then, that's what really gave us like a full overview of Pokemon Legends Arceus and also some new information about Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And then for the 2022 one, that was when Pokemon Scarlet and Violet were first going to be releasing with a brand new generation, so we got a full overview of like what we're going to be doing inside of the Gen 9 games, but also an in-depth look at the brand new gimmick for that generation, being the whole terastallizing, crystallizing phenomenon, so we got to see exactly how that was going to work. And then last year, we of course got an in-depth look at the DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, being of course the Teal Mask and the Indigo Disc. So we've pretty much had an August Pokemon Presents that has happened for the last 3 years, and I really feel like they're not going to break the pattern, especially with a brand new Pokemon Legends game just coming up very soon. So I feel like this is definitely going to be the time now where we're going to see a Pokemon Presents, and they usually like to do this before Pokemon Worlds because that happens at the end of the month, so they basically need to do a Pokemon Presents within the first 2 weeks of August, and I feel like it's pretty likely that we're going to see this get announced in the coming days. And just because this year doesn't have any brand new main series Pokemon games coming out, that doesn't mean that there isn't really other things for them to talk about inside of a Pokemon Presents, as really one of the big things that they have coming out this year is the Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket app, which is going to be coming out for mobile phones later this year, and this could honestly be something that I feel like really pops off for Pokemon if they play their cards right, no pun intended, but like the really cool thing about this game is like it's going to be basically like collecting cards, but you can all do it digitally on your phone, and I feel like that way it's going to be really cool to be able to to like trade cards with your friends digitally and use them to battle each other, and you can definitely have like cool things inside of the app to make it easier to play instead of like physically playing the game in person. So this could honestly be really cool. I could definitely see this popping off and people sharing like the card packs that they open, the rare cards they pull, and like trading them and like having like cool offers and stuff. Like people want to have certain cards and then they offer them on like Twitter and people trade and stuff. Like I could see this being something really cool. Maybe not as big as Pokemon Go obviously, but definitely still kind of reaching in terms of that like core Pokemon audience that would be really excited for stuff like this. I'll definitely check this out, but I feel like something like this could definitely be talked about for a little bit inside of the Pokemon Presents, because we really kind of just got like a basic teaser for it when they revealed it back in February, so something like that could definitely happen. And then of course the big one is really just the grand unveiling of Pokemon Legends ZA. We got a very small teaser video that doesn't show us really anything about what this game is going to be like, so really finally pull back the curtain on this game, show us what it's going to look like on the Nintendo Switch, what is the premise of this game, how is the gameplay going to work, how is the like Pokemon going to be running around in the wild, how are we going to be throwing the Pokeballs and stuff. I want to see how they've kind of evolved this from Pokemon Legends Arceus while still maintaining it to be like a Pokemon Legends title, so I'm very excited for this game, and I feel like if it is coming out in 2025, like they do want to start up the hype cycle eventually, because they can't just have this one teaser be like the only thing that we have. And after this, like if they don't have anything this month, I don't really see them having any Pokemon announcements until Pokemon Day again next year, which seems like it's really far away if we have to wait until February 2025. So I feel like just having something that happens this month with a Pokemon Presents, pull back the curtain, give us a little bit of information about this game, that can definitely hold us over until Pokemon Day next year, and then they can have like more information, because apparently rumors are saying that that game isn't even coming out in early 2025. Like Pokemon Legends Arceus came out in January of 2022, but it seems like with Legends ZA, this might be like a game that comes out towards like the summer or even the fall and like holiday time next year. So this could really be like a game that they really just want to spend a lot more time on, which is actually very kind of insane, because it's something that we really haven't seen the Pokemon Company do, but it makes me very happy because I really want to see them spend more times on these games and make them even better. But yeah, I really feel like a brand new Pokemon Presents is probably just around the corner, considering we've had one in August for the last 3 years, and they definitely still have stuff that they can talk about if they do one this year, with stuff like the Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, but also of course Pokemon Legends ZA. I really feel like there's no reason why they aren't going to have one this year as well, so I feel like within the coming days, any day now, we could see that announcement, and it should be within the first 2 weeks of August, so we'll definitely hopefully see it very soon. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to click that like button and also subscribe to the channel, as well as I'm definitely going to have some more Pokemon content, so definitely be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this. Are you expecting a Pokemon Presents to happen this year for the month of August? What do you want to see announced inside of it? What are your predictions? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. Go follow me on Twitter at @Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.